fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Jackson on first down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On second down, here's Jackson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Jackson from the shotgun. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a handoff looking right. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Let's go, let's go.
Now the Purdue man. This is Akeem Hunt. Oh, look at the juke. There he goes left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Lions. 65 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Duke Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground. Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball? Absolutely. You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Jackson on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cannon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Gun! Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball? Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again. They'll throw on first down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. They got pressure there and only rushing 3. And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football? 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. His first catch of the game. Good for 11 and a first down. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Now let's go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
He's going to get it running right. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Please.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously, the players and coaches. There's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know at the beginning of the season you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
Let's go.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll run it here with Hunt. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they'll go on the ground. Nifty move. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Green 39.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Detroit. Detroit.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Gun, gun.
Again, Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
All right, here we go.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And Jackson throwing once more. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, 3rd down. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw again is Jackson. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here we go. Everyone go. 21.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Stafford rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled, and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Gone!
Now Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Jackson will throw again. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They run again with Hunt, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they do.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running backs. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now it's Hunt. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Hakeem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Lions add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Detroit! Detroit!
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So out now come the Lions. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And they'll run it here. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Hurry up, here we go.
Jackson now to throw on 2nd down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Jackson now. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
To throw is Jackson, flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Jackson to throw on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Here we go on fourth down with Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on it for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And they'll go on the ground. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Anthony Averett picks it, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue, line it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
This is Hunt. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll run again with Hunt. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Stafford now to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now they try the right side here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a handoff working right. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. On the run, this is Hunt. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 16. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And the Ravens taking the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
All right, here we go.
Jackson from the shotgun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Jackson flushed out right. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it when the other direction had some blocking and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. Ooh, with a juke. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Detroit. Akeem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind him. And he will find his man on the outside.
Leopard,
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Detroit!
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Jackson. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.